I want to talk about the time I broke my big toe. Now, that probably sounds pretty funny, but it is related to social anxiety, believe me. So I was in college, my freshman year, and I went to the college I've talked about in my other videos before, that I failed at. It's just not so funny, but yeah. So my second semester, I managed to make a friend. This girl, I just happened to walk by her a lot. I don't exactly remember how we started talking. I think she was in a class of mine or something. I'm not really sure. I'll probably have to ask her on Facebook. But, we were real similar. I think she was eating at my lunch table. That's probably what it was. But, we became pretty good friends. So good friends, such good friends that she actually spent 2 weeks sleeping in my room. At college, I didn't have a roommate. My roommate left me. But it wasn't like that. It was just to meet other people. That was what she told me. And I believe her. But the social anxiety would me to believe that she didn't like me and etc. And I don't know. Maybe she didn't. I don't know. But I still consider us friends to a certain point. But I don't know when I'll ever hang out with her again. But, that's my roommate I'm talking about. That girl's named Brittany. The girl who I met second semester. So, she actually spent 2 weeks with me in my room. She was actually considering moving in. We were considering her just moving all her stuff in and talking to the dorm mom about it. But she changed her mind because she liked having her own space, which I don't blame her. But, so, one week we decided we were going to start, working out. And so, the first day we went and worked out and everything. And, well, the next day, we decided we were going to work out every day. So the next day we were going to work out, and she would generally eat dinner with me. And breakfast and whatever, whatever, lunch, dinner, whenever she was available, we would eat together. And we're at the gym, and it's getting around that time for dinner. It's getting kind of late, and, well, she had they call them societies, meeting to go to. So she had to go to that, so she had to leave the gym a little early. She was like, I'll text you when I get back and we can go to dinner. And I was like, okay. So I kept working out because I was almost finished. And I get done and I go back to my room and I'm like, I should take a shower because I don't want to go to dinner smelling like a pig, But I thought, well, what if she texts me like 5 minutes after I get into the shower and then I have to hurry up and get all my clothes on and everything. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just wait. Because she said she was going to be, finished real quickly tonight, so I'll just wait. So, I waited. And I waited. And I guess 20 or 30 minutes went by. And she finally texted me. I was like, okay, finally, she texted me. And she says, I'm at dinner already. I'm almost done, but if you hurry, you might catch me. Well, I had told her the night before that going to dinner by myself made me anxious. It was very hard for me to do. Sometimes I would literally circle the building, and or I would stop, and I just couldn't go in. I could not go to dinner by myself. Or breakfast or lunch, any of those, I could not do it by myself. So I had to have something with me it was a lot more comfortable with someone with me, and I told her this the night before. So when I saw that, I was so mad. Like, 1,000 thoughts are going through my head thinking, why did she just text me and wait for me? She said we were going to go to dinner together. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat tonight. And I got all these thoughts going through my head, and I'm thinking, well, that's stupid. Any normal person wouldn't be mad about something like that. They would just go to dinner. But no, you're so stupid. You can't go to dinner by yourself, so you have to rely on someone else. If you were normal, you could go. So it just made me mad and upset with myself, and I just started thinking, you're so stupid and you're weird, and so all this anger is just building up and building and building, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna kick my bed. Literally, like, this is the thought process, like, I'm gonna kick my bed. Okay, now this bed is bolted to the ground, bolted into the cement. Okay, it's pushed against the wall, so it is not going anywhere. It is bolted and pushed against the wall. It's not going anywhere. I decided I'm gonna kick my butt. I had to like let it all out, you know. So I was like, okay, I'll kick the side of it, the side of my foot, like you would kick a soccer ball. No, that's not good enough. I really want to let the anger out. Okay. So I back up. Now, the end that I kick is the end of the bed, where the head of the bed is pushed against the wall. So I pull my foot back and I kick that thing as hard as I could possibly kick it. And it hurt. Not as much as you would think, but it hurt. Well, all of a sudden I got a shooting pain that went through my toe. I'm like, ow, that doesn't feel right. So I sit on the floor and I took my shoe off and my sock. And I look at my toe and it is swollen to twice the size of my other toe. And it's crooked. It's like that. Whereas normally it'd be like, my toes are pretty straight. It was like this. And like, oh my gosh, I broke my toe. And it hurt. Like, I didn't cry. It just hurt. I just felt like I stubbed my toe really badly. And so I stand up and I look on it and try to walk on it. And I was thinking, oh crap, like, what am I gonna do? So I get a text message. Like, literally, it hasn't even been 5 minutes since I kicked my bed. There's just the text message that my friend sent, Brittany, that said she was already at dinner and she was about to leave. It was my roommate, my ex-roommate. And she says, have you eaten dinner yet? I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, I just broke my toe over this, and now you're gonna ask me to go to dinner? But anyway, I was like, no, I think I broke my toe. And she's like, oh my gosh. And she's like, well, I'll meet you at your room. I'm on my way and we can go to dinner. So she comes, you know, to my room, and I open the door and I'm like, I think I broke my toe. And I was like, look. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's crooked. And I'm like, yeah. And I told her I kicked my bed, and she was just like, why did you do that? I was mad. Okay, well, let's go to dinner, and we can walk. Well, so I barely made it. It hurt so bad, I could barely walk. But I went to the doctor and found out it was broken. I had to have a boot on my foot for like 8 weeks. Yeah. I dislodged the entire bone. Like, chipped a big piece of the bone off and dislodged it down, and that's what made it crooked. The doctor said, you kicked the bed pretty good. You kicked it really hard. So, congratulations on that. And I was like, yeah, I did kick it pretty hard. But that was my first broken bone. when I told my mom, she was kind of mad that I kicked my bed. She thought it was so stupid. But all that anger was from my social anxiety. I was so mad because it was such a struggle to eat by myself. Like, I could not even go into the door, and if I actually succeeded in going into the door and eating by myself, it was not without a lot of anxiety. And forget seconds. I'd be lucky to get firsts. There's no way I need to get seconds on anything. Like, even when I was eating with someone else, seconds were difficult. So, yeah, that's my story of me breaking my toe. And it's still embarrassing. It was, still embarrassing. It was weird though. Like, for all the time that I had my boot on, my foot, it was almost like the anxiety just went away. And I guess it was because the sympathy. When you see someone broke their leg or something, you're like, you feel sorry for them, you know? Like, oh, poor thing, what'd you do? Of course, when I told the person, they were kind of shocked. But, I don't know. It wasn't because everybody felt sorry for me. It wasn't that. It was just, it was that they were focused on that more so than me, I guess. I don't know. It was really weird. Like, I didn't have as much anxiety. I felt more confident because my toe was broken. I don't know. It was really weird. But, so yeah. Broke my toe. Cost me $400. So, that was interesting. It hurt. And now my toe's crooked. That's totally not cool. And I wanted to get surgery on it to fix it. But then the podiatrist or whatever, he didn't want to do surgery because he's like, if we do surgery, there's a risk of infection and it's not necessary. You're not going to have arthritis in your toe, or your toe's not going to be messed up if we don't fix it. So I just think it's better if we don't fix it. I'm just like I straight up cried in the car because my toe's going to be crooked now. But I still plan on maybe getting it fixed when I get older, because it just bugs me. My toes are like the only thing I actually like. Seriously. Like, my toes are just, they're okay. You know? And now they don't match. And people don't actually notice, like, until I tell them. And sometimes they will, but most of the time they don't notice. So I guess that's convenient. I mean, at least it didn't just, like, you know how you see those bones where they, like, almost stick through the skin, like the toes like this, and then you break it and it's like, whoosh, you know, like, at least that didn't happen. But I was kind of mad because I was like, if I could just kick that bed a little bit harder, you know, where they'd fix it. But what actually broke the toe, he said, he thought that, well, actually I thought, see, there was this piece here, and then underneath there was like a piece that was the part that was actually like bolted, and I think what happened was I went to kick that top piece and my toe went down underneath it. So, and people kept asking me, oh, did you kick it barefoot? I did not. Why would I kick my bed barefoot? Are you insane? Ow. Which it really didn't matter, because when I did, I kicked it with old shoes on. That had very, very little support in them. Had I kicked it head on, I don't know what would have happened. It actually might have been better if I kicked it head on with no shoes on. I mean, the shoes probably are what made it turn the way it did. But, or maybe the angle I kicked it. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling now, so that's my story. Please comment. Bye.